Good Thursday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox, and we are tracking supercells across southern Texas today, and then hail risk in Tennessee as well. Those storms will get firing soon, so let's get right into that forecast. Today, I put Tennessee Valley equals hail, bullseye, 2-inch plus size hail for portions of the southern Appalachians, including most of Tennessee, but then all the way into North Carolina and even Virginia. Supercells down in southern Texas, so we've got that tornado and hail threat once again down in Texas. Can Texas get a break? Not today. And next week, will we see a pattern change? Now, I will say it's a bit early for specific details. However, we are starting to see some things change in the upper levels of the atmosphere and some of those long-term forecasts, so we'll talk about it. Hey, real quick, before we get into the forecast today, we have a giveaway for a drone. This is actually really cool. It retails for about $600. This drone has a gimbal stabilization in it and a 4K camera, which you can actually view from the remote controller. It's a very cool product. So how do you win this? Well, you can be entered to win by recording a video or writing a post about hail trace. Tag us in that post on any of these social media platforms that you see here and use the hashtag 15 years of hail trace. This is all for our 15-year anniversary, which is coming up next week. We are very excited for this. Now, taking a look at your radar right now, actually let me move this over real quick. I will show you exactly what we're looking at in terms of warnings across the U.S. right now. We've got a few warnings out in southern Texas near Sanderson. Let's get some information on this warning. I've got my laptop off to the side here. So let's see. This severe thunderstorm warning is for 1-inch size hail. This goes until 12:30 this afternoon, so we've got another 15 minutes on it. Marginal severe thunderstorm warning, not too terribly worried about that, but it does kind of tell you what is to come for the rest of the afternoon, right? If we're already seeing storms right now, it's a really good chance to see storms this afternoon. Let's see this severe thunderstorm warning out in Pulaski, I hope I'm saying that correct, Virginia. Let's see. This includes Draper, Fort Chiswell, Indian Valley, 1-inch size hail, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This severe thunderstorm warning goes until 1:45. But one thing that I noted as I zoomed into the radar here is that you can see little areas, little blips in the radar, there you go, of storms that are forming back into Kentucky and Tennessee. So here we go, here's Tennessee, there's Nashville up in the central to western side of Kentucky. We've got just little blips going up here, and I think what we're going to see as we go through the next few hours are these are going to turn into your next severe weather threat. So let's actually just get right to that. Fast forwarding here. Severe weather across the U.S. Oh, this is your last 24 hours. All right, last 24 hours we saw some wind in New Orleans. Your hail reports were few and far between. We didn't see a ton of hail reports out there. One on the nose of Iowa, another down in northern Oklahoma City. Not too impressive there, not too impressive at all. The only impressive storm that I saw yesterday was the storm out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, and what it did was it tracked with a line of hail all the way into Russville. We got up to golf ball size hail in this area, which is exactly what we told you would happen yesterday during your forecast. So that was one of the most impressive storms that we saw yesterday. Current conditions, as I mentioned, we've got a few severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now, but for the most part, those are just marginally severe. We could see that increase, that risk increase as we head into the afternoon hours. So we'll get to that here in just a few minutes. Quiet right now in Florida, but you've got rain coming your way. Lots of rain out anywhere from the southern portion of Illinois into Indiana, into Kentucky, and into the western side of Tennessee. The West Coast is really dry right now. That will not stay that way for long. 68 here in Oklahoma City today, 58 up in Denver, but we've got the 70s the farther south that you go. And you've got that heat in the southern portion of the U.S. You've also got some of that moisture, so it's a perfect setup for storms. Let's talk about it today. Where are we expecting storms to happen today? We've got southern Texas, where we expect several supercells to produce large hail and that potential tornado threat. And then if you look into the Tennessee Valley and the southern Appalachians here, we are watching for another hail and tornado threat. You're going to see multiple rounds of rain out in Tennessee where we have one line coming in and then another one out to the west following in its path, and then another, and then another. This will happen not only starting right now during your lunchtime hours, but through the evening hours, slowly pushing that risk off to the east as we head into the late night. Now, Texas is a little bit of a different story. I don't expect as many rounds of severe weather here, but I do expect to see these supercells that we are really going to have to keep our eye on today. So this will be southern Texas, anywhere from San Antonio down to the south. By Friday, our risk shifts out to the east. So we are now hugging the east coast here, all the way into the Gulf Coast as well, where we'll see those storms fire up. It's a low risk right now, but we'll still keep an eye on it for that hail risk tomorrow. I think it'll be more of a wind risk tomorrow. That hail risk is primarily today. Taking a look at that significant hail model for today. So what we're looking for here are those dark oranges and those red colors. That's going to signify the largest hail. We're starting to see that pop up. Do you see this little area in southern and eastern Tennessee into Virginia and then into the northern side of Georgia? Pretty good risk for hail, large hail up here. We've got another little area down in southern Texas as well. So those are the two areas that we're really keeping an eye on today for large hail. So how large could that hail get today? I think up to tennis ball size hail is not out of the question. 2 to 2.5 inch hail sizes, totally possible here. So where are we expecting that? Well, we can see that, again, anywhere from the eastern side of Tennessee down to Texas. Let's take a look at your hail trace hail forecast. Lots of low risks here. San Antonio in the low risk, New Orleans, Mobile, small hail, small risk, Jacksonville, Daytona. Pretty similar setup to yesterday. But let's zoom in to some of those more impacted places today. We've already got a few showers and storms going up in this area, right? We saw that one severe thunderstorm warning on the western side of North Carolina earlier, or Virginia earlier. So we're going to continue to watch this area as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. What we're primarily watching for here is that large hail to pop up anywhere from central Tennessee all the way out to the east into the Carolinas. Now, the largest hailstones, as I mentioned, could get up to tennis ball size hail, with the best chance coming right to the south of Nashville. So if I could put one of these red icons right here, south of Nashville, and then continue that all the way into Charlotte, and then start to decrease that risk farther out to the east of Charlotte, that's exactly where I would put that bullseye for today. So it's in portions of southern Tennessee all the way out into southern North Carolina, the western side of North Carolina. Taking a look at that hail forecast down in Texas, really hugging the border right there, anywhere from the far southern side of Texas, maybe even into Brownsville, but San Antonio, you've got a low risk for those severe hazards today. Wind forecast, very similar setup here. You could see wind gusts anywhere from 65 to 70 miles an hour. And your tornado risk for today, highlighted there in green. It's a level 1, but it's still something to keep your eye on, especially down in Texas where we have that supercell potential. I think that that's a good place to see those tornadoes today. And then, of course, we've got that risk up in Tennessee, southern Kentucky, into Virginia, and the Carolinas. We've got another risk, and we haven't talked about Florida too much here, but it'll be the southern side of Georgia into Florida, just north of Daytona Beach. You could see a spin-up tornado. Now again, spin-up tornadoes do not mean weak tornadoes. It means happening very fast. So we'll have to keep our eye on that area as well today too. Zooming in here so you can see exactly where that risk ends. Again, highlighted in green, it's a level 1, a low risk here, but still something to note. There's that risk down in Florida, in southern Georgia, and then there you go in Texas, really hugging the border right there. Let's talk about timing. I told you earlier that we're going to see several rounds of storms here out in Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, and the Carolinas. What you're going to see are storms firing right now, primarily in Kentucky, all the way into the west side of Tennessee. But slowly, this will become a lot more widespread in this area. As we head into the mid-afternoon hours, we'll probably be watching for several different severe warned thunderstorms. And then as we head into the evening, this risk will slowly shift off to the east. But look at places like Charlotte. Okay, we've got a chance for rain here. in the afternoon and evening hours. But you've got more rain behind you to the west. So you're going to see one round, another round, another round. You're going to see several rounds here. So you're going to want to make sure that severe weather notifications are turned on. Have at least 3 ways to get notifications today, because you won't just see one round of storms. You'll see several rounds. Let's go down to the southern portion of the U.S. here. I told you that we have those supercells expected up into Texas, and then we've got another chance for storms out in Florida. And I tried to include both sides on this map view here, so I hope that you can see enough of it here. Let's talk about Texas first, because we are starting to see storms fire right now. Again, we'll continue to watch for that. We're really watching here in Texas for these isolated storms. We call these discrete supercells. Those are going to be your most concerning storms today. Then as you look out into the east side of Florida, southern side of Georgia, you may see more clustered storms up here. I think you could get a hail risk out of this, potentially a wind risk as well, but that tornado risk will still stay low. There you go. This is 8:30 this evening. We've got a pretty good chance for storms up in southern Georgia there, eastern side of Florida. Alrighty, moving on. So that's today. What about the risk for tomorrow? Really hugging the southern and the east side of the U.S. tomorrow. From the Gulf Coast to the East Coast, we have a level 1 risk for large hail and a tornado risk tomorrow as well. As we head into Saturday, just the northern portion of Florida in that risk for Saturday. And for Sunday, we do not have a risk on the board yet, but you understand it's that time of year. It's the middle of May where we could once again have another risk of severe storms. We could see this actually every single day. But for the most part, our weather has calmed down. When will it pick back up? You know the drill here. It will always pick back up in spring. So when will that be? Well, take a look at your radar. It looks pretty quiet right now as we head into the middle of next week. But if we look at upper air models, what this tells us is that we could see some activity by the middle of next week. So what we watch for here are these troughs. So what we see in the upper air models, this is the jet stream. You've got troughs right there where it takes a dip in the jet stream. And then you've got ridges. Ridges are usually your quieter, peaceful, calm conditions. Usually you get pretty warm in these conditions as well. Lots of sunshine, high pressure. But as you get these troughs in here, you're going to see a lot more of an active and usually wet weather pattern. And this time of year, that means severe storms. So we see that come into view by the middle of next week, right in the area of the plains. So we'll have to see. Again, it's too soon to tell the exact details of what this could bring, but it does look to get a lot more active as we head into the middle of next week. Things could change between now and then, so make sure that you come back for your most up-to-date forecast every single day so that we can give you the most up-to-date weather information that we have. Again, this is about a week out, so we'll keep our eye on it. Alrighty, moving on here. I told you that high pressure, that ridge, oftentimes brings warm temperatures, and that's exactly what our long-term models are telling us. Between the 13th and the 17th of May, right in the middle of the month, it looks like temperatures have a really good chance to be above average. What about that rain? Looks like above average rainfall as well the farther north and west that you go. So what this tells me here is that we've got heat in the middle of the month and we've got moisture as well. Those are the two main ingredients for severe thunderstorms, heat and moisture. Others that you need include some sort of forcing, like a cold front, low pressure system, dry line, warm front. And then you also need shear. So we'll see if those other two factors come into play. But right now, the fact that we've got some moisture and the fact that we've got warm temperatures tells me that the middle of May could once again get pretty active. And there's your forecast today. Don't forget about that giveaway. We have a drone giveaway in process right now. So that competition goes all the way through the end of this month. You can submit your entry as many times as you want. Your entry will include recording a video or writing a post about how HailTrace has helped your company succeed. We've already gotten several of these in, and I've had a lot of fun reading them. People have been really creative. Don't forget to tag HailTrace and use that hashtag 15 years of HailTrace. Again, we are celebrating 15 years this year. We are so excited. So we're excited to give back and give a drone to some lucky winner out there. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. and give us a call. If you're interested in a hail, wind, or tornado map, you can call us at 855-334-4245 or email us at info@hailtrace.com. Even head over to our website, hailtrace.com, for more information. All right, thanks for joining us on this Thursday afternoon. We'll see you back here, same time, same place for your forecast tomorrow.